The Cleveland Cavaliers are just unbelievable right now, and Donovan Mitchell is proving to be a top 5 player on this planet. Last year, the Cavs really struggled to close out the close and grind them out games, but this year is a completely different story, and the Cavs are playing on another level compared to everyone else in the NBA, and I'm going to show you guys what they are doing that the NBA did not want to see. Before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 20k subscribers, and with your help, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so the Cavs just beat the Chicago Bulls 106-103 in a game that felt like they just couldn't get over the hump and take the lead. But to be completely fair, it does feel like the Cavs have played almost every day for the last month. And with them winning 18 out of their last 20, the whole entire NBA is paying close attention to the scouting report and giving their all when they face them. Let's get into some of the plays from this game now, because I want to break down how Donovan Mitchell was able to tear apart the Chicago defense, which actually consisted of 2 centers in the starting lineup in Andre Drummond and Nikola Vucevic. So this play right here starts with Donovan Mitchell up top after a pass from Max Strus. He dribbles toward Jarrett Allen, who sets a quick screen and rolls. And Mitchell is so good that the defense knows he can pretty much do anything in this situation. But since he's unselfish, he quickly throws it into Allen, who has a free bucket. And if he wanted to keep the ball moving, he had 2 guys wide open for 3 as well. Next up, Strus and Mitchell pass to each other, and then of course Mitchell has the ball up top once again. Something that has really changed from last year to this year is his facilitating. He's always been a playmaker, but this year, he's getting his teammates involved more than ever before. And this is a play the Cavs could have never executed in a million years last season. So basically, Spider just goes to work, completely fools the defense, and makes an exceptional pass to Mobley, who is really starting to stretch the floor, and it's looking scary. This team will be able to do so much if the bigs can hit those outside shots. Now moving on, here is just another spectacular across the court pass by Donovan Mitchell. He is just so good at getting to where he wants to be, and then making the play. And Okoro, like Mobley and some other guys, has improved his shooting so much every single season through his career. It's been great to see. Alright, now that we are at the All-Star break, I kind of want to assess the season so far and talk about every player on the team. So of course, starting with Donovan Mitchell, really, the only thing I can even say for him is that he needs to bring it this postseason. He proves time and time again in the regular season that he's a top 5 player in this league. He's almost averaging 30 points a game, and his efficiency is starting to rise as well. I kind of don't like that the narrative about him is that he's a playoff choker, because that's just not true. He's had some incredible series back in Utah, but he truly was bad against the Knicks last April, and he needs to bounce back from that. Now to Darius Garland, he has had sort of a weird season due to the fact that he has been out with an injury. I personally don't really view him as a supermax player. I think he is just a solid starter at this point that has potential to have breakout games. He doesn't have great defense with how small he is, but honestly, I like the role he's been playing over the last 5 games or so. If he can knock down a few big shots and distribute the ball, then he's doing everything this team needs him to do. And again, I haven't forgotten the fact that he is very capable of taking over a game. Now for Evan Mobley, what he has done over the last 2 weeks has me ecstatic. I've always been a big Mobley guy, but I know he plays too soft. And I'm not sure what happened during the time he was injured, but man, all of a sudden he is aggressive and has found the touch to knock down shots from long range. And combining that with his defensive player of the year type of defense can make him a superstar in the future, if he continues to bulk up. Now for Jarrett Allen, I think he took all the hate from the Knicks playoff series to heart. He has been absolutely balling out, and honestly, he's having an even better season than the one he did where he made it to the All-Star game. He's basically a double-double per night, but just his presence alone scares away guards looking to drive, and the thing about him that I personally love so much is that he never backs down from challenging someone at the rim, no matter who it is and how hard they are charging at him. Now to round out the starting lineup, Max Strus has been interesting, but I think he's done everything this team has asked of him. He's an inconsistent shooter at times, but that's just who he is. I love his hustle on defense though. He's exactly the guy the Cavs needed last season. Now for the bench, Caris LeVert has really grown on me this season. He is everything you would want in a 6-man and more. My only knack on him is that he sometimes believes in his abilities a little too much and will take some bad shots. But he's a great defender, can take care of the ball handling duties when it's needed, he can get to the basket and create his own shot at will. And we all know he was the only player to really show up in the playoffs last year. Next up, gotta cover my boy Isaac Okoro because I've been so happy with his progression. A year ago from today, I really didn't even know if he could be a reliable, everyday NBA player. He just had no offense, but he has improved his shooting so much to the point where if you leave him open, he is an above average shooter. And that has created so much open driving space for Donovan Mitchell. And we already know about his defense. He might be the best on-ball defender in the league. He's a big part of why Cleveland has and has had one of the top defenses in the league the past few seasons. Now for Sam Merrill, he's a guy that came out of nowhere this season and has provided the team with 15 to 20 minutes of sniper level shooting off the bench per game. He's super fun to watch, and for real, he might be a top 10 shooter in the league. He's got a super quick release and can make moving shots just as well as the still ones. George Niang was also another shooter the Cavs brought in this offseason from the 76ers, and the G-Wagon is an interesting guy, but to me, I think he's perfect for his role. He's a very unorthodox player, doesn't have an NBA build, but ultimately, he gets the job done, and he showed some fight in the Bulls game. Alright, so I pretty much covered all of the main guys that play every night. Obviously, guys like Craig Porter Jr. have been big when they've been given the opportunity, but I just think the team's chemistry is at an all-time high. Nobody is selfish, they want to see each other win, and they move the ball a ton, and that is why they have been surging over the past month. Like, winning 18 out of your last 20 games is insane in this league. Only teams like the 2015-16 Warriors could do that, and I think the Cavs are the only team that could pull this off and still barely get any media attention. Like, could you imagine if the Lakers or Warriors won 18 out of their last 20 games? You wouldn't hear the end of it on all the sports talk shows, but at the end of the day, none of the talk really matters, and the Cavs still gotta prove themselves in the postseason, so you gotta earn that talk. But the Cavs most definitely have gotten recognition from the experts, because in the latest NBA Power Rankings, they were number 3, and I've even seen some sites where they were number 2, and I can't argue with that at all. I think the Celtics are the team to beat this year, but outside of that, I think the Cavs can compete with anyone, and I'm super interested to see what happens after the All-Star break when they get to play the Knicks and Celtics. I think those games are gonna show if this team truly is that legit or not. But anyways, just over 2 months ago, I thought this team was done for. They were sitting at 500, and it seemed like Mobley didn't take his leap yet, and they just couldn't figure out a winning rotation. But now, they are absolutely surging, and are the most fun and exciting team to watch in the entire league. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point in the video, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly means the world. And also, follow me on Instagram, because I'm starting to post a ton of Cleveland and just sports content in general. And one more thing, let me know what you would like to see next. Until then, I will see you all later.